That was hot, man.
You know, that's banging, man. I know somebody out there gonna benefit from that one. But when you start talking about God being the one robbing you of peace, I mean, just so you'll seek refuge in Him, that's when people start having problems. People don't understand God is in a category all by Himself. And it's not like He's happy with what's going around, so He can disturb things. I mean, His world has been disturbed by sin. And what people don't understand is He's what the Bible calls holy.
Yes.
You know, I mean, we just sling that term around, but well, yeah. Holy. Well, holy is the fact that God is in a class by Himself. He's separate and apart, and that affects His character. His character is so pure that a single defect is unacceptable. We're used to saying, well, I'm only human. Well, God's only holy. And so we say I'm only human to say, well, you should know I'm going to make mistakes. Well, God's only holy. That means He can't accept mistakes. And and we see this principle all the time. We act like that we can't relate.
Yo,
but we see this all the time.
I feel you, dog. Look, you ever get your new sneaks, right?
Oh, I know where you're going.
You know, I know I'm looking cute. I step into the concert. Dude steps on the suede part. The part you can't clean. Not on the leather, on the suede part. I'm in the bathroom scrubbing, just got them joints. Ruined, man. Defect. One little, them joints look like you had them for a year.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful picture of God's intolerance for what we would look at as it's just a scuff. You know what I mean? But it's something in you that says, yo, one scuff is too much because I wanted brand new sneaks. Well, that's how it is with God. One sin. You talking about being picky. You know what I mean? I remember a dude who was in the comics. Now, I really can't relate to this, but it's a banging analogy. This dude turns his comic pages with tweezers.
Tweezers.
You know them dudes that be collecting comics, and but you
like the zero joint. That joint worth like $1 million.
Now you get that Magneto joint that you was just talking about. That's worth something. They turn it with tweezers. You know what they're saying? They're saying, yo, the slightest bend, the slightest crease, the slightest smudge or tear is unacceptable. Man, come on, if you listening out there, y'all, come on, pay attention. If you listening, holiness of God, the holiness of God means that even that little white lie is too much. You know what I mean? And that's what God's perfection is like. Anything that inflicts the slightest defect on life or on lives is unacceptable because that's how holy he is and that's how high his standards are. I mean, Adam just ate fruit and all of this. Look at the hood now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was basically just thinking, man, when you were saying that, I was thinking about Adam in the book of Genesis. You know, it's like cats need to recognize, man, that every human being, including themselves, including us at one point, we got Adam's DNA. It's as if we got Adam's DNA. Therefore, we're born sinners. You know what I'm saying? That's why the Bible says we must be born again. Because the first time we were born corrupt and incorrectly.
What's the line? It's like you're not a sinner because you sin, but you sin because you're a sinner. That's good. And you know that's a hard pill to swallow, yo. But yo, that's what the doctor orders, you know. And you know people usually have a problem with the remedy and the doctor who can perform the surgery on.
Like they know what's best for them.
Yeah.